Someone just said I remind them of Kyle Richards from The Real Housewives. And that is so kind because I hope I look that good. Today I'm filming for you a favorites of 2017. So I went through all my makeup and there's a lot to go through. And I pulled aside my top favorite products from each category. The way I kind of chose them was I kind of thought about like, what do I bring with me when I travel? Or like, what did I repurchase this year? And I will give a little disclaimer, all of these products are not brand new and exclusive to 2017, but they're new to me. Like I genuinely used them in 2017. So I thought that I would share that with you guys. And if you want to see what I chose, then just keep on watching. So I have this big old bag of products. So I'm gonna go in order of my face. So we'll start out with primers. For this year, there are two standout primers for me. It is the Benefit Professional and the Farsali Rose Gold Elixir Drops. So we'll start out with the Professional. Pretty much like after I prep my face, I go ahead and I throw this just like right here. I get pores on my nose, cheeks, even like I have like a wrinkle from like squinting, and even this will like kind of fill it in and make it not look so bad. And then if I know that I want a really dewy, glowy skin look day, or I'm using like a drier foundation, I go ahead and I do like a few, you know. And then you go ahead and rub it in with your hands, and it just like, you let it soak into your skin for a little bit, and it gives you the most radiant look. Anyways, those are the two primers that win top dogs for 2017. So for foundations this year, I went and chose a couple, and the drugstore winner by a landslide, this Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. So this foundation right here dries down a little bit more matte, but the color range just works perfectly on my skin. When I'm tan, I use Desert Beige. And when I'm not tan, like today, I used Soft Beige. But the foundation just lasts so well. It looks so nice in pictures. If you watched my last video, the what I got for Christmas video, I'll leave it like up here. I was wearing this foundation and my skin looked flawless on camera. So if you are in the market for something cheap for every day, I would absolutely go with this. I wouldn't so much recommend it though if you're like going out, say somewhere you're gonna sweat, I don't know, like a club, because it doesn't last as long. So for instances where I need my makeup to last all day, all night, I have been loving the Hourglass Stick Foundation. So you roll it up. It's kind of pricey, but it lasts a really long time. It's like a stick and you just swipe, and it really does travel far. You use it with a brush and it makes your skin look nice and glowy and soft and beautiful. Both of those foundations, by the way, I had to take with me to Ireland. Like, that's how you know you love something. Like when you have to travel for like 2 weeks or however long and you're like, oh, I'm gonna die if I don't have that foundation. That's how you know it's your favorite, okay? That's how you know. Back to the bag of secrets. So I'm sure it's no surprise to many of you that my top high-end concealer of 2017 was by far the Tarte Shape Tape. Like when people say Tarte Shape Tape's good, they're not kidding. It's so full coverage. I have freckles and this just adds that extra bit of coverage that I need to cover them. And I use it in the shades Light Medium and Light Sand. These are gonna cost you a pretty penny, and if you want something similar that is seriously almost just as good, these ColourPop concealers. These ColourPop concealers I think run for like $6, something like that. I have them in the shades 10 and 15, and they're just as full coverage as my Tarte Shape Tape. Perfect for every day. If you guys want a video, I have like a whole bunch of brand new ColourPop stuff I can do that for you guys, but you gotta let me know. I can't read your minds. You gotta let me know in the comments, okay? So next we're gonna go into powder. By far, still Laura Mercier takes the cake. Like, this powder is, once you put it on your under eyes, your face starts to look almost airbrushed. It's such a beautiful powder. You can use it to bake, you can use it just to like put it on a big fluffy brush and set your face. This powder is beautiful. You can buy the smaller one and it lasts the longest time. I'm not kidding, I think it lasted 6 or 7 months. We're gonna move kind of into bronzer, but before we do that, I have to mention this. It's kind of dirty. I'm gonna warn you, it's kind of gross. This Wet n Wild contouring palette. You open it up, and I will use this banana side to wipe away or dust away any of that baking I just did with the Laura Mercier. And then I'll use this side. It is the perfect color of bronze for right around, you know, you make the 3 on your face. This guy right here. They have multiple shades in this one, and the one that I use every single day is Dolce de Leche, and it's bomb. So next we are going to go into blush. I was a little nervous to share my favorite blush with you because I know that the specific thing that I am going to mention is maybe limited edition, but you can get it in singles. So let's just go. Let me just show you the blush. So my top blush favorites, if you don't know me, blush is like one of my favorite things to put on my face. I feel like it just livens you up, it brings back your color, and my top drugstore blush of 2017 is definitely these Wet n Wild Color Icon blushes. Specifically this shade, it's called Apricot in the middle. So clever, Wet n Wild. This one, and I have like a Merlot colored one, but this apricot one is beautiful year round. It looks like a shoe. And yeah, these blushes definitely took the cake for me personally in 2017. But if we're gonna go and talk high end, this wins. I didn't get this until, again, like the VIB sale, but I knew, like the second I saw this, I was like, yep, yep, I need you. So Tarte always comes out with these blush palettes, like for the holidays. So it comes with 8 blushes and 2 highlights. This is so beautiful. Like, you can mix these shades together. It's something so nice to have, but if you can't get your hands on this anymore, they do sell all of these in singles. So you can go to Sephora or Ulta and pick up a single shadow from Tarte, and the Amazonian clay formula is beautiful. So the last thing that I use on the face is highlight. How are you gonna do favorites without highlight? My top drugstore highlight of the year goes to none other than Wet n Wild. So these Wet n Wild highlights are, again, super affordable, and they have so many shades. They actually just came out with like palettes where there's 4 of them in one little palette thing. So this one that I have here is Precious Petals. It looks dark, I guess, kind of here. Just gives you like this nice glow to the face. Now that I know that I adore this formula, I would definitely go out and snag a few of the others. But if we're really gonna talk, my favorite highlight of 2017, it hands down goes to, try to guess. You're not gonna guess because I never mentioned it on my channel. It goes to Smashbox. So this is actually the collection that Smashbox and Casey Holmes did together. This is just not the Smashbox Casey Holmes packaging. And this is the Pearl palette. This is incredible. Like, buttery smooth. It doesn't emphasize your texture on your face or like fall into your pores. If you have darker skin tone, you can use the darker gold one. Last week, they had the Casey Holmes ones on sale. If I can find one, I'll leave it down below for you. Same formula. This is incredible. So moving on, we are gonna go to brows. So for my brows, it was hands down the Benefit Ka-Brow. Like, If you like pomades, the Benefit Ka-Brow is the way to go. Little brush on top, so if you don't have a brush, you don't need to go out and buy one. You just dip your pomade in here. It's so fast. Like, maybe that's why I liked it, because I'm lazy and it was fast. That makes sense. Like sticking in the brow category. I also just have to mention this Make Me Brow by Essence. It's little brow fibers, kind of like the Gimme Brow by Benefit, but it's literally like $1.99. So it comes, has this little spoolie. You just brush it through your brows will stay all day, makes them look a little fluffier, fuller, and I buy it in the lighter brown shade so that, you know, my brow hairs are a little bit lighter. It kind of gives them like little highlights. All right, so now we're moving into eyeball territory. And my favorite eye primer of 2017 goes to, at this point, I should have just said my favorite Wet n Wild products of 2017, is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Primer. It's kind of got like a tinge of color to it, so it really cancels out any veininess on your eyelids, anything like that, and it makes your eyeshadow stay all day long. And moving on to my favorite eyeshadow of 2017, this baby. I'm sure you've seen it, and it has every shade you could ever need. You can create any look that you could possibly imagine with it. Packaging, maybe not my favorite, but for the price, you really can't complain. But I do know that they amped up the packaging. If you buy it now from Ulta, it has a glossier texture so you could clean it and it won't look like this. And it also has the names of each shadow listed on there as well. So that's super cool. Okay, so we're almost done here, guys. I can't believe it. I refuse to buy high-end mascara. Come on. This Lash Paradise by L'Oreal is half the price and just as good. The wand is nice and thick. If you're on a budget and you really love a high-end mascara, try this out because I'm telling you, it's comparable. And lashes of the year, I think I mentioned it in my last video, are these House of Lashes Siren Minis. On an everyday basis, and even if I do go out and do something where I have a lot of makeup on, those Siren Minis look like I'm put together, and they're beautiful, and I love them, and you should try them out. I don't even know where to go next. I guess eyeliner would be next. Duh. Eyeliner, I just have this one here. This is the NYX Vinyl Liner. I just pretty much use it to cover up my lash band. I don't ever really do any crazy wings, but if you do, the applicator is super easy to use. You can get really precise and flick that lash up, and it does dry down matte, which is a definite plus. My favorite eyeliner formula, pencil-wise, goes to the Marc Jacobs eyeliners. They reformulated them this year, so they genuinely stay on the lid. They don't bleed. It's retractable, like it's self-sharpening, so you don't even have to sharpen it, which is great. But my main thing was the watering, like falling right here into the crevice, which is disgusting. And I would pay any dollar amount to not have that happen. And this guy did that for me. And it's huge, like, come on. I just did a video on all my favorite liquid lipstick formulas. So the one that won for high end definitely went to Huda Beauty. This combination is beautiful. This is the shade Muse. As soon as this little guy goes out and I finish it, I will buy the full-sized one. So definitely Muse by Huda Beauty. And for Drugstore, goes to the Kathleen Lights and ColourPop collaboration in Aquarius. This is the lip pencil and the lip color. It's what I have on my lips today. It is the perfect nude shade. It's a pinky nude. It doesn't look like you just ate a powdered donut and it's all over your lips. It's beautiful. I actually do have a favorite lipstick of the year. My favorite lipstick formula goes to this Tarte Rainforest of the Sea, I think. I'll correct myself if I'm wrong, I'll leave it down below. But these Tarte lipsticks that come in the blue marble packaging are beautiful. I actually bought a couple of them this year. This one is in the shade Y'all know I'm blind. I'll just leave it down below. I'll leave the shade name down below. And last but not least, in lip products, favorite lip gloss of the year, the Fenty Gloss Bomb in Universal. This is amazing. We'll put some on right now. The lip isn't sticky, and I would highly recommend you go and try it out. All this makeup isn't gonna look the same if you don't set it properly. I have talked about one of these items over and over again, and it is the Mario Badescu facial spray. This spray is everything. You can put it in your purse and spray your face throughout the day to refresh yourself. Like I said, to set powders, and it smells like you're at a spa. And then my final setting spray goes to this Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. This has the most beautiful mist on it, and I'm not kidding. Once you spray it on your face, your skin looks like it's glowing from within. So I wasn't gonna put this in here, but 2017 was like the year of the brush for me. Like before this, I didn't really own brushes, and they make all the difference. So I'm not gonna mention like all of my brushes that I have that I love, but I am gonna mention some ones that were really special in making me grow a little bit in how I do my makeup. And the first thing that I'd love to talk about are these Real Techniques sponges. Before this, I used to use the Beauty Blender. Beauty Blender is fine, but it's 20 bucks. These are so affordable. You can buy them in like a pack of 2 for, I wanna say like $12. And they're squishy. It pounces in your makeup so nice, and I would highly recommend the Real Techniques complexion sponge. This guy took me by surprise this year. This is an e.l.f. blush brush. I wouldn't use this for my blush, but I would use it for my highlight. So you just put in your highlight, hit your nose, fit your cheeks so nice. Little there. It's a beautiful brush, and it's super affordable from the drugstore. And moving on to a couple of eyeshadow brushes that truly changed the game for me this year. These guys. So the first one is the R37 by Morphe. It's like a fluffier crease brush. You can really get in there and get that transition color nice and blended out. Next, I have this Morphe M433 brush. It's great for packing a darker shade into your outer V, getting a little more precise down deeper in the crease. So I have 2 brushes left for you guys. So this little guy here is called the M431 by Morphe. It really changed my like under eye shadow game, really helped me smudge things out and get an under eye shadow game going, because I didn't have one before this brush. So then last but not least, my absolute favorite eyeshadow brush has to go to this guy. This is the Morphe M167. It is like this flat, like, I don't even know, like a flat brush. But you dip it in your shimmery shades, you spritz it with some of that Mario Badescu spray, and you pack on the color, baby, because this guy is gonna give you and your shadows life. Alright guys, so that's all I have for you today. That was my top picks of 2017. If I didn't mention any of your favorite products, or we have the same favorites, let me know down in the comments below, especially if we didn't have same ones. I always like to try new stuff. If you liked this video, make sure you go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out. I hope you had an amazing 2017. It wasn't the best year for the world, but you know what? 2018 is gonna be, so let's just have positive thoughts, and I will see y'all in the rest of 2018. Bye.